Leroy Scott came to Pittsburgh State University, then Kansas State Teachers College, in the fall of 1918. As the United States stood on the verge of victory in Europe, colleges began to field teams again, with many schools like Pitt State playing an abbreviated schedule of games beginning in November. Scott helped the Gorillas to a 3-1 record that fall and was named to the honorable mention All-Kansas Intercollegiate Athletic Conference squad for athletic director and interim head coach John Fuhrer. Scott then played on the school's first conference championship squad in 1919 for legendary coach Garfield Weed. He helped Weed's team to a 7-2-1 record, overcoming early season losses to Drury and Kansas to go undefeated in its final 8 games. Once again, he earned honorable mention all-conference honors. Scotty, who was noted as a fine punt returner in addition to his offensive and defensive talents, completed his football career by earning first-team All-KIAC honors in both the 1920 and 1921 seasons, becoming the first player in school history to earn all-conference honors 4 times.
Leroy Scott played on some of the early teams at Pittsburgh State University for Doc Weed. When you look at him being a 4-time all-conference football player as a quarterback, it's easy to guess Leroy was a big part of the success the Gorillas had for several years.
Scott didn't just excel on the football field during his time at Pittsburgh State. He competed in track and field for Coach Weed as well, earning all KIAC honors on 5 occasions. In the spring of 1921, Scott captured the KIAC shot put title with a school record throw.
Well, what's so special about a gentleman like Leroy Scott is that, we enjoy, we enjoy very strong traditions in track and field and in football. And the foundation for those traditions was really laid in Doc Weed's era, and that's a well-known fact. And Leroy was really part of Doc Weed's earliest years, so he really was part of the very origin of all the tradition in track and field and in football that we enjoy today. And there's so many years where after he left that everybody else that competed after him really in some way relied on him and the tradition that he started with his teammates and with his coach that just kind of helps propel further success into the future.
We talked to our players today about honoring the past and appreciating the tradition of Pitt State football. Men like Leroy Scott are a big part of that tradition. We owe a great deal of debt to men like Leroy Scott who helped make Pittsburgh State University what it is today.
Well, I think being a very good two-sport athlete has always been tough, and I'm sure it was the same even back in the early days. What makes a guy like Leroy Scott so special was not just that he was part of the very beginnings, but he was an outstanding two-sport athlete, which was obviously a very challenging thing. And so he's, in a way, doubly important to our tradition.
Leroy Scott played a significant role in shaping the early success of both the Pitt State football and track and field programs. Today, we posthumously welcome this pioneering Gorilla to the Pitt State Athletics Hall of Fame.